So, I want to preface this video with a huge disclaimer. I'm hilariously bad at shooters, especially ones like this where pinpoint accuracy is vital to winning firefights. I also don't have a lot of experience with shooters like this. Most of my FPS experience comes from COD, Battlefield, and Apex, so take my opinions of this game with a side of salt. Due Process is a first-person shooter where your tactics and team play matter a lot. Like, a lot. The game right now only has a one game mode, Bomb Defusal. However, the game plays really well around this concept by having every map be procedurally generated each week. So, let me explain this a bit. There are 3 maps in the game so far. Each map really just provides a tile set and theming of the map. For instance, Kill House will always be a very close quarters map, with thin plywood walls. Each week, the layout of the maps get procedurally generated, so map knowledge is something that you have to learn on the fly. It's something that I really like, because it encourages real thought and team planning and communication. And speaking of, each round your team gets some time to prepare and get weapons and gadgets. At any time, you can open a map and see the layout of it, as well as a real-time feed of where your allies are on it. Everyone has the ability to draw on the map, either to plan movement or to deliver important, mission-critical information. What's really cool about this is that the marks you leave on the map also appear on the floor as well, so it makes planning movements and directions really convenient. The map also gives you valuable information, like how red outlines on door frames means they can only be breached with explosives, green doors are locked to attackers, and white doors are open to everyone. But remember, a lock doesn't mean shit to a boot heel, or better yet, a shotgun, and attackers always do what's necessary to get in. Communication is important because resources are limited and lootable by enemies, so that shotgun you got in round 1 will be gone in round 2 if you died last round. So if an attacker were to die with a clacker, a valuable equipment item that's used to trigger breaching charges on them, theoretically, a defender can pick it up. And trust me, you don't want that happening, because it can completely destroy your breaching plan.
I know, I'm just making fun of Siege.
It's easy to make fun of Siege, but that's not the direction I'd go. I'd be like, oh hey, look, it's a tactical shooter where you spend half your time shooting walls and floors.
Look at that.
They're clacking on this door. They're clacking on this door, guys.
Oh my god, really?
You think they have a clacker? Oh yeah, they do.
They definitely have a clacker.
I'm dropping my guns, guys. And I'm dropping clacker. Everything's getting dropped. I'm gonna Allah Akbar for this. Ready?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Here, wait. Let me smoke it.
To have it open.
Oh, they were watching both angles?
Yeah, they just saw us coming. It's all on you, my man. You got this.
He's got it.
Yeah, I know. I'm an idiot, sorry.
It's a really fun system, and it also extends to gun magazines too. Remember, resources are limited, so yes, that applies to firearm magazines too. Every time you reload, you drop a magazine. That magazine can be picked up and used again with the same number of bullets in it on reload. I personally enjoy this feature a lot. While it doesn't do anything to improve gameplay significantly, I think it encourages smarter play than just having a reserve ammo pool, since it makes the player actually conserve bullets, because you can only carry 2 extra magazines with you for any gun in your inventory. And speaking of reloading, I want to talk more about one of my favorite weapon types in this game, shotguns. Besides the status quo for shotguns being remarkably good close quarters weapon, there's a reloading feature that I just cannot shut up about in this game. In most, if not all, the other first-person shooters that I've played, reloading a 2-magazine shotgun is done with 1 button press, no matter how low your magazine is. And let me articulate this better with a short example. In Rainbow Six, if you take a shotgun, like this M590 with a magazine of 6, and press reload once, when you press that button, you'll reload all shells into the magazine, and the only way to cancel reloading the rest is to either melee or shoot. In Due Process, pressing R, or whatever else you have reload bound to, will reload only a single shell, and holding the button will continuously load up shells. I love this feature so much because it has huge potential in firefights, or when only needing a shell or two reloaded. It's neat, and I like it. While I've given this game praise, I can't go on and say that it's perfect. This game is full of jank. From frame stutters to bugs, this game has it all. And I will say that there's nothing game breaking, and any of the bugs that I've experienced have only been while loading in, or at the very start of the match. Plus, they aren't that common, and the worst that I've gotten was a crash once the game was over. But so far, in my 8 hours of playtime, it's been my only crash. The frame stutters aren't that common either, but can be extremely annoying if they're experienced in a firefight. Overall though, the jank doesn't detract from the general experience of the game. Alright, so enough of the analytical bullshit. It's time to give my closing thoughts on the game. I really like it, and I think if you have the money and are into tactical shooters like Siege or CSGO, you should get it. This game isn't perfect, and it'll definitely be a shit show for you starting out because there's a lot to take in, but if you give it time, you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I see the game go on sales regularly too, so if you're worried about spending the $25 on the game, you can always wait on it. And if you're especially poor, skeptical about buying the game, have one of your friends get it, since buying the game gives you a free copy to give to someone else. And that about wraps it up for this video. There really wasn't much for me to talk about, as this wasn't a review, it was more of an overview. And this was really more signal boosting for the game, since I don't have a very rich background in competitive shooters. As always, thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next time when I talk about... I don't know, it'll be a surprise. Until then, stay safe.